Everything started when a mother came to town. Quiet and all alone, she got off a Greyhound bus across the street from a conveniently placed strip club. Had on fake pearls and a red lace front wig. Her daughter picked her up in a shiny new Jaguar with 2 seats and the top down. After maybe 30 minutes of silent riding, the mother was standing at the window in the big house. There were pillars out front and all. She was looking away from everything beautiful behind her, clutching her purse like she wasn't staying, thinking, trying to decide how she should tell her smiling baby girl, who always wanted more than she could hold in her arms, that she ought to get on the next bus and go back to Memphis with her. "I don't know why you didn't accept the tickets I sent you. First-class flight? I thought you'd like that," Val, her daughter, said. Maybe she was sipping her mimosa or waiting for the maid to pour her another glass. "Memphis ain't but a stone's throw away," the mother mumbled. Her name was Mama Fee. Everyone had always called her that, even before she'd had children. "Takes more time to get on the plane and fly than it does to get on the bus and ride. And I don't do big birds. Like to see the earth." "That's old talk. This is a new world." "Is it? Is it really, Val? You tell me." "Yes, Mama Fee. You still act like flying is just for white folks, or rich folks." "Ain't said nothing like that." "Well, that's good because it isn't. As long as you can pay, you can play. That's the Atlanta way." Val chuckled and looked at Lorna, the maid holding the pitcher of mimosa to her glass, to support the comedy of her play on words with laughter. "I'm just saying, it's 2012, not 1902. "What does that matter?" Mama Fee asked. "Po' folks still the same, rich folks still the same." Lorna was only able to produce a half smile before Val shooed her away with a tired wave. As soon as Lorna stepped over the threshold, the mother turned and looked at her daughter. "Seems like you shouldn't be drinking," she nearly whispered before turning back to the window. "Not in your condition." "Condition? Please, what do you know about it?" "Plenty. Had you and your sisters. Doctor says it's bad." "No. Doctor says it's good. Helps to relieve stress. A little won't hurt the baby at all." Val downed the last of her drink. There was an audible gulp that resonated with pangs of short nerves or anxiety. "And I need it today, with it being my wedding day and all." She looked at the big blue diamond on her ring finger. She'd purchased it a week ago with her fiancé's credit card and full blessing. "I need to relax." Mama Fee was still looking out the window and thinking. The shiny Jaguar was resting in the middle of a circular drive that was filled with perfectly shaped, creamy stones and purple pebbles that made the whole world outside the house look like a giant fish tank. "Maybe you should have waited until the baby was born," she said. "At least until we could have had a proper wedding. Your family come. You know, like Patrice and Rhonda did. Still didn't see why you couldn't invite your own sisters to your wedding." "Would you stop it? I didn't invite you here to go drilling me about everything." "I ain't drilling you. They're your sisters. You were in their weddings." "Yeah, and they married big fat losers. Is Patrice's husband out of jail yet?" "You watch your mouth," Mama Fee said, finally turning to look at her daughter again. But she needed no confirmation that it was Val who could bring up such a thing. Her youngest child had been born spitting fire at anything that didn't seem to pick her up in some way that she deemed acceptable. This might have been considered gross ambition, or maybe even unapologetic drive if it weren't for the fact that sometimes Val's desire for uplift went beyond frustrated tongue lashings and straight to unmitigated evil. Well, the kind of evil a girl from Memphis who'd barely graduated high school could spin. When Val was 15, Patrice had just finished beauty school, and her prized graduation gift was a beauty box filled with emerald and sea foam and lavender and canary eyeshadow. Lipsticks of every shade of red and pink. After Val had begged to